the new Democratic Party has always been a very likable group. These MPs represent that. They are likable. But what are they doing for Canada? Let's take a look at Charlie Angus first. In some way, he's always interesting.
Member from Timmins, James Bay.
The people of Attawapiskat continue to suffer a brutal housing crisis. Now there's serious questions about their water supply, and with winter hitting hard, a serious crisis is looming. We remember the winter of 2011 when Attawapiskat asked the Conservatives for help, and the Conservatives falsely blamed them for ripping off taxpayers and then expelled a democratically elected council. But under the Liberals, there's just been vague promises and no action. As this winter hits, will the government send a team to assess the situation on the ground and help find a solution for the people of Attawapiskat?
Charlie Angus is pretty laid back. Jenny Kwan, on the other hand, has a lot of fire in the tank. She's talking about Nova Scotia, though.
People in Halifax are having to live in fishing tents this winter because of lack of affordable homes. Just last week, the cut-and-gut Conservatives voted no to funding community housing. And the out-of-touch Liberals keep delaying critical funding to build affordable homes. The housing minister says he wants to draw inspiration from what Canada did in wartime to fix the housing crisis. A catalog is not going to cut it. Part of that effort involved a national rent control initiative. Will the Prime Minister bring forward rent control to curb sky-high rent?
And where is Jagmeet? I have no idea. He's not in Parliament. I know that. I watch it every day. But there are other people that are still representing the NDP, like what they are supposed to stand for. It's a really confusing time with this coalition government, right?
Thanks to New Democrats, 9 million Canadians will have access to the dental care they deserve. Seniors, children, people with disabilities will soon be able to go to the dentist without worrying about the cost. Because of the NDP, families will save thousands of dollars during an affordability crisis. This is the biggest expansion of public health care in half a century. Shamefully, last week the Conservatives again voted no to dental care and putting money back in people's pockets. Can the minister explain the impact of the NDP dental plan on Canadians?
So Don Davis seems really fired up on the role of the NDP. How about Heather McPherson? She doesn't seem satisfied with her role in the coalition, upset with the Liberals. Imagine.
Member from Edmonton, Strathcona.
The Liberal position is appalling, not responsible. For 2 months, this government has sat and watched while 18,000 innocent civilians have lost their lives and have refused to call for a ceasefire. We need a ceasefire. We need the hostages removed. Last week, it was reported that Liberal donors were withholding support because of the moral failure of the Liberals. Today, there is an important vote at the United Nations. The Liberals have failed to listen to the Palestinian people and to Canadian Palestinians. Will they at least listen to their fundraisers and vote for a ceasefire today? Ceasefire!
So Heather McPherson, just so you know, is probably a bitch you don't want to get on the wrong side of, but she does represent the NDP party. I don't know where Jagmeet's been. It's not in Parliament. I'm here every day. He isn't. But there are other members of the NDP party that you should know. A couple of them right here. Alistair McGregor is pissed off most of the time.
Member for Cowichan, Malahat, Langford.
Mr. Speaker, food prices aren't going down. A record number of Canadians are turning to food banks for their meals. Before the doors open at Bridges to Hope Food Bank in St. John's, there's already a lineup waiting to collect food hampers. Meanwhile, big grocers like Sobeys, who was here yesterday, are seeing heaps of excess profit, all while offering a nickel to its employees. The Liberals are failing to lower food prices. When are they going to crack down on the corporate greed that is driving Canadians to food banks?
Nikki Ashton, she's a firecracker, right here.
For Churchill, Kiwatanukasky.
Mr. Speaker, this past summer was the worst wildfire season in Canada's history. Indigenous communities are on the front lines of the climate crisis and are disproportionately paying the price. Yet Liberals are investing less than a third of all emergency preparedness money in prevention. choosing to be reactive. First Nations like Bloodvein, that's been evacuated because of wildfires, does not have a fire truck to this day. The AFN is asking for $30 billion in mitigation. The Liberals' spending on mitigation is a drop in the bucket. Why are the Liberals pretending this reality is acceptable for First Nations and Indigenous communities facing the climate crisis?
So is the NDP party done? They could be. This new system, and I hear it in the comments all the time, that people want a two-party system. I'm not sure that that's the best option. The NDP party, under a different leadership, could be something else, something more powerful, and you can tell that a couple of these MPs are truly pissed off at the coalition government. I'm Ehren. Question Period Canada. We've got questions. Let's see when we get answers. We'll be asking the questions. Like and subscribe. Get notified. That helps. We'll catch you next time. Have something healthy to eat. Try to stay warm. We'll catch you next video.